Hi, I'm a Blisy.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to RNG using Heart Gold and Soul Silver for a stationary Pokemon. This applies to any stationary legendary, or the Sudowoodo, or the Snorlax, or any other stationary Pokemon that's also not a legendary. So, lots of Pokemon. Very useful. I'll be doing Kyogre and Heart Gold. This will work for Soul Silver, but it will not work for Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. Anyway, so what you're going to do is open up RNG Reporter, go to Time Finder, 4th Gen Time Finder. In here, you're going to want to change the minimum delay to 490 for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Max delay is fine at 2 or 3,000. The minimum frame should be 1, the maximum frame should be anywhere between 2 and 300, just how many chat-out flips you're willing to do. If you want a shiny, you need this ID and secret ID, and you're going to hit the shiny only button. It's the only way you can find a shiny. Next, you're going to want to pick the nature. I want a modest Kyogre, so I'm clicking modest, and I'm going to set its stats, like so. These are the stats I want. You can put whatever you want. You'd set your ability if the Pokemon happens to have 2 different abilities it could have. And then for method, you're doing method K, and then you're doing stationary Pokemon. So with all that out of the way, you're going to hit generate, and you're going to pick from one of these seeds. Picking a seed is basically just what frame you want, how many advances, and what kind of lead you have the availability for. So, for example, Synchronized Lead is just a Pokemon with the ability Synchronize, like Alakazam gets it, or Abra and Kadabra both have it as well. And if they have the same nature as the one you want, and it says Synchronized Lead on that frame, that means that frame, you can, if you have a Synchronized Lead, that's the only way to get this nature. So the only way to get a modest nature on this seed with frame 18 is to have a Synchronized Kadabra. Or like synchronize any Pokemon with synchronized, but it has to have a modest nature. It's the only way. The other option is none, just a regular, you don't need a special lead at all. The last option is the Cute Charm glitch, which I will not explain very much in here. For it's just kind of like a, it's not too complicated, but if you want to do Cute Charm abuse, just look up a guide on that. I'll not be covering it here. So I'm going to pick the none lead because I don't want anything special. So you're going to right click, copy seed to clipboard. Now scroll down in the main window under Method and hit Method K, HGSS, and then in counter type you're going to want to do stationary Pokemon, and if you're using a synchronized frame, you're going to want to pick your synchronized nature that you're going for. Then you're going to paste your seed here and hit generate. And if you scroll down, mine is on frame 34 I believe, this is the one we want, so we're going to end up getting to here through advancements later, and I'll explain those in a second. The last thing you're going to do is go to 4th Gen Tools, click Seed to Time. You're going to click Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then you're going to paste your seed here. And now what we're going to have to do, I'm going to go over a list of things you need in order to get this RNG abuse underway. You're going to need 2 chatouts with a recorded chatter. You're going to need to have Juggler Irwin registered in your Pokegear. He is in the route between the National Park and Goldenrod City. He's a Juggler. And you're going to need I'd say at least 1 or 2 roamers released. Having all 3 is the optimal, but I only have 2 roamers, so I'll show that in a second. And you're going to need to be saved in front of your legendary. So I'm going to save in front of Kyogre right now. Okay. And from there, you're going to want to go into the Pokegear. You're going to record the locations of your roaming Pokemon, it appears. They are both, mine are both on this route here. So you're going to check whatever roamers you have out. So I only have Raikou and Entei. If you had a Lati out, you scroll over to Kanto and check Lati and find where the hell it is. But my Raikou and Entei are on Route 42. So Raikou, 42, Entei, 42. And I'm going to hit generate. Now I'm going to hit generate in the bottom one as well. From there, I'm going to turn off my DS, turn it back on, and we're going to scroll down here. So the thing about delays, actually first things first, you're going to set your date and time. So I'm going to do 2016, 7/27/2016. It's fine. Pick this, and you're going to set the clock. So 54, open up Eon Timer, hit 4, type 490 for calibrated delay, type whatever the target delay is listed here, so 2078 is mine, and the target seconds is whatever seconds you have typed in and that seconds box, so minus 23. Now if you take notice, the minute beforehand here, it says 1 minute before, so instead of doing 154.23, we're doing 153. That's all the minute before means. So now we're getting a countdown. I'm going to explain delays a little bit better to you. The delay can only change under a few circumstances. The delay of the game, so you can only hit even or odd delays based on whichever game you have. Now, if I can only hit, like if I turn my game on and I hit an odd delay, right, then I'm never going to be able to hit 2078 without a few changes. One way is to change the year, so if I made this 2017 and I hit generate, it would be 2077. If I put a GBA game, 1 second actually, 2, 3. So if I put a GBA game that is compatible with the PAL Park of my game in, it would also change the delay. So the only real ways to do it are change the year to match the delay that you are capable of hitting, which in odd or even, so be it, or put in a game that is compatible with the PAL Park. That is also potentially the way that'll just shift it from even to odd. So if I'm only hitting even delays and I need to hit an odd delay, then I'd put a Pokemon Emerald in here, and it would become odd delay. That's just how it works. The other way to change it is it could potentially change based on which DS you have it in. So but that's not consistent. So now once you start into the game, after both countdowns happen, you're going to open your Pokegear. You're going to check your map. So Raiku's on 35, Entei's on 44. So you're going to look for that. It appears I hit 2076 because it says R35, E44, but you can't be positive. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the phone, scroll down to Erwin. You're going to give him a few calls, to say the least. So hit the search calls button and hit call. Check Erwin box here instead of Elm. And just whatever message he says, you're going to click here. So hearing about your escapades rocks my world, that's E. And you're going to do this like 10 times. How are you? That's P. Just call him again. You got to call him like 10 times. It sucks. It's tedious, just like the coin flips. Hearing about your escapades rock my world, that's E. Hearing about your escapades, that's E again. So glad you called, that's K. Just click whatever one matches up with what he's saying. So glad you called, that's K. And the results when that hit ones, you're fine. So let's see a second. Hear about your escapades, it rocks my soul. See? So now it's at 1. And just, you could type your roamer location here, so I forgot mine already. Mine was 35, 44. Actually, that's not, yeah, that's where it was. So 35. 4, and you hit OK. And we did hit. We hit 2076. So that means we are on the correct, we are on an even delay, which is good because we were trying to hit 2078, which is an even number. So the only thing you can do here is just try again. Simple as that. So go back and do it again, and I'm going to do a little bit more explaining about delays here. So since we hit 2076, let's pretend I hit 2077, right? What could I have done to make sure I could hit 2076? Well, if I had an English GBA game and I'm doing this on a DS or a DS Lite, I could put an English GBA Pokemon game in, or whatever one matches your region. Like if you have a Japanese Heart Gold Soul Silver, you'd need a Japanese Sapphire, or etc. Otherwise, if I hit 2077, what I could just do is if I would just change this to 2017, 2077 is hittable. Simple as that. So those are the two solutions you have if you hit a delay that's not possible for you to hit. 4, 5, 6. You're going to want to mash your way through this screen. And you're going to wait for this to count you down. Now, if this gets to be too many, I'm just going to start cutting through some stuff. You'll see in this. I'll just cut parts out. It's not a big deal. While we're waiting, just know that missing delays is fairly common. It's pretty hard to hit them too reliably. So you're probably going to miss it a few times. So what do we hit? We hit the same exact delay again. Okay, so what does that mean for me? What can I do to make sure I hit the proper delay? So how I know I hit the same delay is my roaming Pokemon are in the same position, 35, 44. So what I can do is I want to hit 2078, but I can't. What I can do is I can just make 2078 2076. So if I want to hit 2076 as my main one, since I'm consistently hitting that, if I change it by 2 years less, oh, not 2 years less, 2 years forward, sorry. So going 2 years forward lowers the delay, right? So now my delay will be 2076. So if I just do everything the same again, in theory, ready? So I'm just going to go into my DS and I'm going to change everything. So I'm going to change the date to 2018 because that is what the year is now here. Because changing the year changes the delay you're going to be hitting. And the time should be the same. And you just hit start. That's the most consistent way to so this could not work, right? There's a chance I'll just hit 2078 here and I'll be unlucky as hell, but we'll see. Aside from that, that's pretty much all you can do to control your delay. If I was hitting 2080 consistent, so I hit 2076 twice, right? That's why I'm going to try this. Because you can't change. The only other thing you could do is you could go into here, type the delay you hit down, like I want 2078 and I'm trying to hit 207, and I hit 2076 every time. It'll change your calibrated delay. Hold on a sec. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, the problem with that is it works very well for large jumps. Like if I had been hitting 2048, right? What I could do is I could type 2048 in here and hit update, and it would change this calibrated delay. That works well because it's ways away. It's nowhere near 2078. But 2076 is very, very close, and there's not a lot you can do besides just trying a bunch of different times to get the proper delay. So I'm going to wait here. And the reason I'm not changing this here, the reason I'm not changing that from 2078 is I've been hitting 2076. So it looks like we got it, by the way. So the reason I'm not changing 2078 here from 207 to 2076 is because I was hitting 2076 using the 2078 timer, if that makes sense. So I want to keep my timer the same, and the only thing I'm changing is my DS time to make it more likely that my DS will hit this. So as you can see, Entei is nowhere to be found, which means his dumb little face is behind Raiku's. That means we are on this here. And now the way to confirm that is to do Elm calls. So we're gonna, not Elm, well, you could technically call Elm if you want, but we're calling Erwin because he's easier. So we're gonna call Erwin here. So call him. How are you? That's P. So we're gonna do this like too many frickin' times because Erwin is quite a chatterbox. I believe this one should, so the next one should be E. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's K. I'm so glad you called. That's K. So this isn't going to match up right. So instantly I'm seeing something doesn't match up right here, okay? Because according to this, my thing should be P-E-P, K-E-P-P. So, but I got P-K. Something's wrong here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to back out because I know that's wrong already. And what can I do to figure out if I'm on the right delay or not? Well, you can look through the roamers to see if there's anything... actually, if it should generate again. So you could look through the roamers to see if there's another 3131. It doesn't look like there's anyone near me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to use the chat-out calls, the chat-out pitches, to see what frame I'm potentially on. See if I hit the right one. So I'm going to go to Pokemon, go to chat-out, hit summary, and it'll have a pitch. So it's pretty high. We'll call that high. The next one should be low. That's low. The next one should be even lower. Oops. That was high. That was low. That was a low one. There's two lows in a row. That could be this, I guess. Okay, that was definitely a high. That was a low. Another low. See, there's no lows in a row like that. That was a high. That was a mid and a high. We're lost. Let's see if we can just randomly find it. Mid. We're lost. So, that endeavor clearly did not work out well. So despite the fact that we appeared to be on this, we were not on the right frame somehow. I don't know where we ended up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back in, make the year 2016 again, hit generate, and I'm going to hit generate here, and we're just going to go back to 2016 and trying it that way. That's the only thing you can do. Get this out. And hopefully we hit, so I bet my money again, when we try this again, it's going to be 2076 again. You'll see. Anyway, I'm going to pause this and get to on the file select. Okay, we're back here. So my last little experiment had failed, so we're going to see if I can hit the correct delay this way. So I hit 30, or it's 38 and then 37. No, 38, 36. So where is that? The heck? Oh, no, it's 38, 37. Right. So it looks like we hit 2074, so the way we're going to confirm that is we're going to search calls. You can call Irwin. If the first few are correct, then I'm just going to say that's what we hit. Jirachi Escapades, it's E. What do we got here? E. But the next one's going to be K. Oh, what? It's P. So this is weird. I'm kind of lost as to where I am in the world. So glad you called. I was just about to call you too. It's K. It's K. So glad you called. I was just about to call you too. It's fine. Hearing about your escapades rocks my soul. I'm so glad you called. I'm just about to call too. So, hearing about your escapades rocks my soul. Okay, and hit OK. It says we hit 2074, but our seconds was off. That's interesting. Okay. So that just means our timing was off. So we're just gonna, that means we just hit the buttons incorrectly. So it just means we gotta try again. Like I said, it could be frustrating. So again, if you're missing it, so this was missed because I hit the wrong time. However, my delay was incorrect as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit 2074 is the delay I hit, and I'm gonna hit update. It's going to change this number up here. Then you're going to start, and I'll meet you back at the file select screen. Okay, that feels like I missed it. Wow, I missed my Poke Gear like 6 times. Alright, it's 40 something. That's right, it's 46 and 36. So, oh, yeah, that's 36, I believe. So let's hit generate here. What do we got? So I had 2080. So again, you could type in here 2080, hit update, and that's it. Let's try again. If you want to be more precise, it's safer to just call Irwin every single time, but I'm trying to be quick about it. Anyway, meet you back at the save select. Okay. 5, 6. That could be it. Oh, they're both on 31. This is good news. This is good news. Do not freak out, everybody. Okay, so we're going to search calls. Scroll down. call Irwin. So P is a good start. So I believe we want hearing about your escapades rocks my soul is what I want next. Okay, we're good. We're getting there. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's looking correct. So next I want a K. So now every time you're doing this, it will advance the frame by 1. So glad you called. That's K. Excellent. So that's 4 calls. So that's 5 calls. So that's, how are you? That's P. So that's 6 calls. So this is going to be a 7th call. This is going to be an 8th call. And hopefully this is the one that determines which one I'm on. Which just rocks my soul. That's E. So now we can hit OK here. This is what we're on. So I did 8 phone calls and I have 2 roamers. That means I am on frame 10 now. So I'm going to go to chat because the roamers advance it by 1 for everyone that's active. So I'll go to my Pokemon here. So I should be on this one probably. So let me hear. So that just advances to frame 11. So now it'll be like another high one. That'll be lower. That'll be lower. Yep. High, low, mid, high, low. So we're gonna want to get it to the frame before the one we want. So 33. Or no, yeah. Right. So now if we just talk to Kyogre and catch it, it should be modest with all these perfect stats. Whew, that took long enough, didn't it? The reason it says I already have a Kyogre is because, so hold on, I hacked in my Master Balls because I'm a dirty cheater. I transferred up a Kyogre a long time ago from a Sapphire version as well. Okay. So now this Kyogre should be modest. Let's check. Alright, this guy talks to you. Yeah, dude. Goodbye. Okay, please. You can get a Rayquaza here too, is what this guy's talking about, basically. Holy crap, he talks a lot. Yeah, if you bring the Groudon in from Soul Silver, that's all that means. So it's modest, as you can see. And the way to confirm his stats are... if I get out of here... Let's go to the judge. The judge is in, like, the battlefront here for some reason. He's pretty far away. He's, like, all the way in the battle tower for some reason. That's the only place you can get your guy judged. Here. This guy, so he only tells you like one at a time, but he'll tell you in order, right? So he'll tell me HP, right? Outstanding HP. Now if I talk to him again, he'll tell me attack, because mine has 6 perfect stats. Yeah, okay. So he'll tell you in order what they are, but I know that that's good enough for me. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video. It's a lot of advancements I do not feel like doing. So we're going to pick a lower frame. I would say 9 is a fine frame with a synchronized loop. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard, and you'll see where I click it.